Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Gebo the Shaman, and today we are talking about the Sun being in Taurus in the third house for Aries Ascendant. So if you are an Aries Ascendant and your Sun is in the third house, then watch this video. So before we begin, we have to talk about what's going on here with all these positions. We have, the sign, the planet, the house, all that stuff to talk about, so we will get into it. Alright, so what is the Sun? The Sun is the planet with the original Makarka. It represents basically the soul. It represents the ego. It represents the external personality, the external expression, and things like that. And so, yeah, it represents government, authority, royalty, things like that. The father represents your soul and the ego. So, and then Taurus, I'm talking about the third house, not the second. So Gemini represents communication. Gemini is all about communication. It's about short distance travel, talking over the phone, texting, internet communication, things like that. And so, yeah, represents also anything begins with communication, commerce, things like that. And yeah, it's, very quick, it's like the neural synapses moves very quickly, and it's about communication, about thinking, about the intellect. And then we have the third house, which is those same things. Gemini is naturally the third house, the natural third house. So third house is about your siblings. Third house is about your close family, your early childhood education. It's about the way that you speak and talk and things like that. It's about the typically younger sibling. So everybody thinks that third house is everybody's younger siblings or all siblings in total. Third house is just the sibling that is just younger than you, just barely younger than you. It's not every other sibling that's younger than you, just the one that's next youngest. And then we have the 11th house on conversely, which is the next oldest sibling than you. So that's not all your older siblings, although it can be used that way, certainly. But yeah, So what do we get when we have this placement? When we have Sun in Gemini in the third house? So we get someone who is very communicative. You have a lot of fire in that communication. Of course, your Aries Ascendant kind of taints everything, and I'm saying taints everything, not in a bad way. It's just like the filter through which you look. So it's affecting your entire chart, even though that's your first house. It's affecting your entire chart. So Aries, so Gemini in the third house with Sun, it's basically, you have this aggressive communication. The Sun is like authority, so you might communicate with authority. You might communicate with with certainty, with direction, things like that. And so, this can be your communication also. Like your whether you communicate via text, via a phone call, via in-person talking, via writing something, writing an email, writing a book, whatever it is. It could be very motivational, very inspiring, very competitive almost, and just have that fire of passion and things like that. And also we have the sun here, which also represents creativity. So we could have a passionate, creative person who writes, or who communicates creatively and passionately, things like that. So yeah, it's a pretty good overall. You know, of course, there's always a balance to these things. If we're communicating, overly aggressive, then that's not a good thing. If we're just saying, hey, this needs to be done in a hurry, and you're passionate about that and communicate in a way that reflects that, that's fine. You know, so, yeah. So, let's see here. Also, I was gonna say, your younger sibling, because the third house pertains to younger siblings. Your younger sibling may end up in a governmental role, maybe even a PR communications for the government, or a PR person, a media person, someone who deals with communication in government. So that may be your younger sibling. And yeah, and so the sun naturally is looking at the what is it, the 9th house. So with the sun in the 3rd house, it's naturally looking at or aspecting the 3rd house, or sorry, the 9th house. And so that can be really good. That can help you, it can help you with finding a guru, finding a teacher. It can help you with your learning and education, because sun rules the 5th house, and it's aspecting the 9th house. So that's very good for your education. Sun with this placement helps you brighten up your ability to learn, to grow in knowledge and education and all that stuff, and even technical skills. And it looks at the 9th house of education, of this is really spirituality. It's higher education, like college or master's degree or doctorate degree, things like that. And it's also the house of looking at spirituality, spiritual practices, and things like that. Also, another thing with this sign, with this thing here, is that someone could be very prone to or be very into mantra. So because the sun is in the house of communication, the 3rd house in Gemini, and it's basically ruling the 5th house, which is the 5th house is all about mantra, learning mantra. And then you have that aspect in the 9th house, which is all about spirituality. So mantras could be very useful to you. And if you want your own mantra, I can prescribe that at gebotheshaman.com. and you can get a reading from me that will include your own personalized mantra and things like that. So yeah, I mean, the mantras really helped me, so yeah, it's great stuff to learn. Alright guys, well, I guess that does it for me for today, and yeah, we will, so, as I just told you, like, if you want a reading with me, if you want an astrology reading, you can get that GevoTheShaman.com or check out the links below. Also, if you want a personalized consultation with me, meaning that we meet together, then, we would have to organize that and meet at a certain time together. So if you want a consultation from me, then you can go to my website, Gevo the Shaman, and purchase a consultation. Just the plain basic astrology reading, and I hate to describe it as that because it contains a lot of information and is very helpful to people. But just the reading itself is, I think it's $65, and then if you want a consultation, that's $90. So I try to make it affordable for people, so if they want the information without meeting with me, that's perfectly fine, and I try to accommodate that. But if someone wants to meet with me, I do charge a little bit more for that. Alright, so sounds good, guys, and we have also the 12-step course for codependence, the 12-step codependence program at patreon.com/GevoTheShaman. You can go there, check that out. But yeah, good stuff, and I'm also going to be making a webinar for teaching astrology, all the planets, all the signs, all the everything, houses, everything. So that will be coming out pretty soon. I will inform you all when that comes out, and please subscribe, like, and hit that bell button for future videos from me and all that good stuff. So yeah, we will talk to you next time. Peace. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.